Hi, thanks for joining us in our discussion of meteorological instrumentation. And we're working our way through measurements of precipitation. Previous videos went through the different measurements of rain. We're going to look at snow now. And we're going to start out in this video talking about the theory of snow measurements. The first thing we need to do is define some terms. The first term we're going to look at is snow accumulation. Snow accumulation is a measurement of the depth of the snow on the ground, made either since the snow began falling or since a previous observation. And there are two different ways of looking at snow accumulation, either snowfall or snow depth. Snowfall is the maximum amount of new snow that has fallen since the previous observation. The key word here is new snow. Typically what is done, a snowboard is used. In other words, there is some platform, we'll talk a little bit more about snowboards, that the snow falls on, and at a predetermined time the snowboard is wiped clean and then put down on the ground. Before wiping it clean, you make a measurement, you record it. Typically this is done every 6 hours at recording stations. So more or less it's the new snow every 6 hours. How much snow has fallen in 6 hours? Snow depth is the total depth of snow, including any ice, on the ground at the normal time of observation. So snow depth is all of the accumulated snow, and sometimes that's done over the entire season. Actually, most times it's done over the entire season. This is how much snow is on the ground at any particular time. Snow accumulation, whether it be snow depth or snowfall, will vary due to the settling and melting, and of course it will vary depending upon how often it is measured. So the snow accumulation, if there is melting, of course, you may have quite a bit of snow falling, but as it melts, you may not have very much accumulation. Or for that matter, over an entire season, measuring snow depth, the snow depth may not change very much, but the density of its snow itself may change. So here's an example. Perhaps maybe it's snowing very heavy. These are very heavy amounts, 2 inches per hour. If it's snowing 2 inches per hour and it's the really wet, heavy snow, you go out, measure every hour, clean the board, measure another observation at the next hour, clean the board. So you've got, in effect, 8 inches of snow. But when you look at the accumulation on the ground, it may only be 5 inches instead of 8 inches. And the reason for that, of course, is melting, or of course, the compaction of the snow and the increase in the snow density. So snowfall and snow depth typically don't jive. In other words, you have to measure them independently and separately. And as I mentioned, snow depth is more or less the seasonal accumulation. It's how much snow is on the ground at any particular day. And these are measured in the meters. So there are some terms that we use in measuring snow. You should be familiar with the definition of snowfall and also the definition of snow depth.